this anti-corruption narrative, this anti-corruption team, this is nothing really new. We have seen this in the past administrations. For instance, during the administration of the late former President Pinoy, so that was his election campaign team, anti-corruption. When he won 2010 to 2016. So what do we have to expect? If there would be some similarities, not necessarily the same, but of course, people, the well, the people, even international investors and entities, they do expect the strong rule of law. Well, the guilty would be punished, those who committed offenses on corruption. And we have seen it, no? So, of course, if justice applies to the timeliness of justice, because justice denied, as the saying goes, justice delayed is justice denied. So whether it's a petty crime, they're punished right away. The people, those who steal, say, bread or milk for their children, their hungry children, yeah, they're caught, and the rule of law applies to them. So same goes with bigger amounts, no? So it's really the level playing field, no? And the transparency, the accountability, and of course,
Can I
the process of justice.
Should we imprison
yeah,
some people?
despite the political noises, do you think we will still hit our economic targets for this year?
Well, there's a risk of not achieving it, because we have to expect, the anti-corruption measures, it would slow down government spending, especially on infrastructure. And of course, if there's slower government spending, which is a major contributor to economic growth, so GDP growth could be slower. But the thing is, it's not entirely that per se, because some of the funds, and we have seen already some announcements, some of the funds are repurposed, say, from the various flood control projects that are anomalous. So they would channel it to social services like for the DSWD.